Hey, good morning everybody. Morgan SLV here. Today's date, October 7th, 2010. Gold today, $13.35. Silver, $22.65. Hey, I just wanted to go over some things that I've been thinking about. Did a little bit of studying since my last video, but mainly, what I'm seeing is I often hesitate when I see people doing things without actually thinking things through. What I mean by this is, I just wrote some notes here. I almost hesitate to tell people to buy precious metals because they don't study. And I'm not saying because they're lazy, I'm saying because life's happening. I mean, things are going on. I have 3 kids, a wife, 2 homes, some property out of state. I do 3 different things for income. Life is happening. So, in order for me to sleep well, I have to include staying up on my precious metals investments, what real estate is doing, what my game plans are, my game plan A, game plan B. Game plan A is I'm going to turn my precious metals into real estate. Game plan B, I'm still writing, but I'm thinking it through. So what I always tell people is, when you buy it, you need to pay attention to it, and I'm not so concerned about the investment as I am the investor. In other words, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to buy it too late and sell it too early, I believe. As far as hyperinflation, I was watching a little bit of Peter Schiff today, and he was saying, look, a lot of people are on him a little bit because hyperinflation hasn't hit yet. He goes, look, I didn't say we're going to have hyperinflation this year, but if we don't change what the heck we're doing as a government, as the people who are printing all these darn dollars that all the other currencies around the world are pegged to, if we don't change that, we're going to see an explosion on this earth like we've never seen before financially. And it's just a shame. He goes, hey, we could turn this thing around, but we have to do it now. It has to start now. I was talking to my dad the other day. He goes, man, I want to just leave the country. And I'm thinking, well, where are we going to go? I have properties here. We have paid off properties here. I mean, we're getting ready to inherit more paid off property. I mean, what the heck am I going to do? I'm going to sell it for what? Worth these dollars that, I don't trust? I mean, I don't know. I want to make things work. I want to make things work in the U.S. I want to stay here. I don't want to leave. I want to be one of the ones that's actually around to see this thing turn around. I believe we are going to have an immigration problem. But the immigration problem isn't going to be people coming here. It's going to be people leaving here. And the thing that I see is it won't be, I don't want to sound, mean or anything, but it won't be the dregs that are leaving. It'll be the people who are educated, who are looking for a better opportunity. In other words, the cream of the crop are going to be the ones leaving. That's my belief. So, I just kind of wanted to go over today, those things were on my mind, number one. Number two, go over my son's, my son's and my business. Now, I call it my son's business, but I got to be honest with you. There's lots of coaching that goes into that. I make him watch videos of other people who are doing similar businesses online. I admit I do most of the studying, and I do most of everything other than the actual work that he's producing on these different small engines and showing people how they work and making some of those videos and whatnot. And I kind of got on my wife and him yesterday. I said, look, you guys are really lagging on the videos. We're after this thing for passive income, not today money. Today money to me is the money you get your hands dirty today and you make money today. I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with just relying on that, because you're going to need, I believe all of us eventually will need to make money from past labor in the future. In other words, someday you'll be too old and too tired to do what you're doing now. And that's something you need to think about. And I don't care what you're doing. When I drove a taxi for my company, although I was the head mechanic, I did it all. But if I just drove taxi, eventually I'd get tired of driving it, right? Tired of it, too old to be carrying all that heavy luggage or whatever. In other words, I'm very, very interested in passive income. And and I don't know what the future holds, but I believe this, that no matter how messed up it gets, number one, if you do attempt to do like what we're doing, so let me go over this. His website is smallengineadvicefordummies.com, and everybody kind of asks me what he sells. What he sells is a few things. One is we are getting ready to start his ebook. I'm going to be researching that. You know, there's plenty of materials to you know, go over basic engine modifications and stuff like that to those little mowers and stuff and the little tractors. But the reason I'm bringing that up to you is not to get you on board to buy a tractor from him or something like that. I'm just kind of letting you know that I am not just waiting for my precious metals, i.e. going to be turned into rentals and hope everything works out. I'm not waiting for that. And I suggest you do the same. I suggest you come up with ways that, if possible, you can still make money without actually having to get your hands dirty every minute. Because what if you get hurt? What if your situation changes? What if you want to? Here, let me give you a real small scenario. Let's say, you know, you're a head programmer at some company, and they're based out of Northern California. And Northern California pretty much falls off the planet financially, like it already has been, but much worse than it is now. What are you going to do? Okay, if most of your revenues comes from Northern California or that side of the United States, and it kind of dries up, do you have another plan? Well, one of the things that excites me is if you have websites, i.e. YouTube, you know, your Twitters and all that kind of stuff, Twitter accounts, the bottom line is you can pull money from outside your area, and that is an important thing, because I don't believe the rest of the planet is going to take as long as we are to recover. I'd like to be wrong, but I'm not planning on being wrong. So bottom line is, I think you guys really, my hope for you guys is that you have some way of making, I was listening to Peter Schiff once. He said, look, figure out a way to make an income and pretty much be the only game in town. In other words, you're the only person that really knows how to do that. And so my deal is this, I already have a partner that's came on board because I'm doing this channel. And, I basically told him, you're going to make money when we make money. I'm not paying you a salary. And, it's taken me a while to get him. The guy's got a master's in web design, and he's going to be working on the video blog. And I hope everything works out. But if not, I'll go on to the next person. So I have something to offer. I am now starting to get a following. And so anyway, my prayer is that you guys, are able to take advantage of some of my, dreaming. Like I told my family and I told my son and wife, I'm going to dream on you until you start dreaming for yourself. And that's a statement that I got from one of my good friends, Al, and he used to say, I'm going to dream on you. So in other words, he's hoping for me, and I'm hoping for them, and give them a little bit of infectious enthusiasm to try something else. So once again, yeah, I plan to monetize this channel eventually, and I'm not in too big a hurry. I want to earn my dues. I want to achieve some of the things that I see some of the other channels that I pay attention to have done, and so that I have something to offer. And at that time, we'll take advantage of that. But it's coming, and it's neat. And like I say, the bottom line is you be able to learn something now that you may be able to use, learn in the future. Who knows how different the future is going to be? But I think having more knowledge in the future rather than less will help you out. Morgan SLV out.